Want to live out loud like Elizabeth Gilbert or Glennon Doyle or even someone like me that you don't even know? Well, here's what it takes. You might know Elizabeth Gilbert best because of her novel Eat, Pray, Love, where she went in search of herself but also fell in love with the second man in her life. Gilbert recently announced that she had left her second husband and fallen in love with her longtime best friend. You might also be familiar with Glennon Doyle. She was pegged as the Christian mommy blogger who was married to her husband and they had 3 kids. Right before she released her second memoir, Love Warrior, which was about saving her marriage, she announced that she and her husband had split. And a few months later, she announced that she was with famed soccer player Abby Wambach. And a few short months later, Glennon and Abby announced that they were married. In 2012, I was engaged to my high school boyfriend of over 10 years when I met a friend of a friend who was married to her husband and had 3 kids. I broke off my engagement and she ended her marriage, and 5 years later to the day that we first said I love you, we were married. Now, none of these stories might be the love story you're used to. It might not look like what you've expected. And whether you ask Elizabeth, Glennon, or myself, we can all tell you that even though this is the hardest thing you ever go through, it's always worth it. You might be stuck in that messy middle for a good long while, where you're transitioning out of your old life into your new life, figuring out how to share your children for the first time, how to have a different kind of relationship with your ex-spouse and no longer have it be romantic. Those challenges are difficult to navigate, but not impossible. We need to pave the way to show that choosing your authentic happiness, choosing love, choosing something that is terrifying but worth it is not something wrong. Remember, it takes courage to say that you've had a big change of heart, that you want to change your life. And so stop apologizing for who you are, and instead be the example that the world needs to see for living your authentic life, choosing true happiness, and moving forward through the pain, through the difficult parts, to show that at the end, the result is always, always worth it. Connect with me at drjennelle.com.